left-wing Kingz. Listen, think, act, repeat.
So in December 2023, Trump was asked under no circumstances, you are promising America tonight you would never abuse power as retribution against anybody? Trump's response, except for day one. So, Walanda, why should statements like this concern American citizens?
Well, so we know the abuse of power, threat to the rule of law, okay? The rule of law is a fundamental principle of democracy, ensuring that laws apply equally to all individuals, regardless of their status or position. So what that means is the president can come in here and just wreck shop and do whatever he wants. That's abuse of executive power. That is the point of democracy, right?
Yeah.
So you're eroding democratic norms by just that very statement in itself. So if a leader views power as a tool for personal revenge, it can obviously weaken the democratic process, right? So now you just start targeting people you don't like. You know, I said, what are we living in? You know, his words mean something. His words have power. They hold. So again, just thinking about the erosion of democratic norms and abuse of executive power, you know, that's where we're going if you vote for this man. Scary.
Yeah.
Have you noticed, it's funny, he didn't say I want to be a dictator. He says I want to be a dictator day one.
Yeah.
Okay, but I think what some of these, I hate to say it. Well, I don't hate to say it because y'all are. These idiots, they're taking it. He's saying, I'm going to be a dictator one day. He's not saying one day. He's saying day one.
Right.
Which means he plans on being a dictator afterwards. Mm-hmm. He's saying, hey, man, one day I'm going to be a dictator, but after that, we're going to go back to normal. That's what people are trying to think that he's saying. No, he's saying day one, the day I get in there. Because usually day one, when people become president, you know, January 21st or whatever, they start passing all these executive orders. So all these executive orders are going to set up to make him a dictator. All these executive orders is going to put Project 2025 into play. Yeah. That's basically what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, once again, it's just hard for me to understand how, one, if you're an undecided voter, I don't know which way I'm going to go. What do you mean which way you going to go?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna just give a caveat to that. He said, except for day one. So that to me means just day one. That's the only day that he's going to be a dictator. And what he said was, I think just to add to it, just all the Republicans out there, you know, don't get angry. Because like y'all be getting angry. He said he's going to be drilling for oil and doing something else too, like crazy on day one. And then like, I don't know how you're just going to do all of that for one day, but he did say except for day one. He didn't say from day one. He didn't say starting at day one. He said except for day one, which means that's the only day he's going to be a dictator. And the way that I think about it, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, what do you believe? Think about it. What do you believe?
What I believe is different than what he said. I believe that if he became a dictator, he would be a dictator for as long as possible.
He's trying to be a dictator now.
Yeah. The power is meant to serve the people. We are the people. We do know that, right? Like we, the people, he is supposed to serve us. He's supposed to be a servant leader, meaning you lead to serve us, not to punish your opponents. And that's what he is saying. And that's all he's speaking about.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the Republican Party, and this is the issue, because he, you know, on paper controls half of the population when it comes to voting. They just let this guy do whatever he wants and run the party, and that's basically where it is. So he's already he's a dictator in the Republican Party.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he done took it over.
That. I mean,
that's the MAGA, right? That's why they call it MAGA.
The whole Republican Party. Mm-hmm. I mean, he calls up the Congress and tells them, "Hey, don't pass that vote because I need to run on that in the election."
And that's what they did.
Mm-hmm. The whole time we hear them singing about immigration, they came up with a bipartisan bill. Hell, we let the Republicans write it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he because that was going to be something that he couldn't run on, and he wouldn't have anything. He said, "Hey, man, change that," and they did.
Yeah.
So he's a dictator right now in that party. Mm-hmm. So what makes you think when he's able to do the whole country, he's going to say, "Hey, you know what? I'm through day one. Let's go back to
go back to serving the people." No, he serves himself.
He don't give a fuck about the people. He never did.
Never did.